I have just beat the Wild Darkness in under 20 days, reviveless, and I think that's a new world record. I'm gonna run you through every step and strategies of the way so you can do the same in your worlds. The goal of this speedrun is to defeat, death, and ultimately repair Runes of Light 3. The reason it's not to complete one of the endings is because after Runes of Light 3, the game gets drastically easier, so you basically have to beat the game. My first objective is to defeat the Forgotten Guardian, who will grant me the first light tab. I will need a total of 3 for the speedrun. I start off by collecting 2 flints and 2 twigs in order to craft 2 tools. I now need to find the cave entrance, and this is the fastest way to find cave, so you'll see the reappearance of this strategy frequently. I picked up a few items as I'm searching, most notably the rock, as it is a part of one big bucket of items that I will uncover as we go along. I finally found the dungeon, and my job here is to find the key to the boss door. These keys will always be bold and yellow. Not to mention, bigger than your entire character, so you can't miss it, even if you're Asian.
Hey Bobby, look!
On the way, I pick up anything that'll be of further use down the line, bottles in my case, or healing potions. I got pretty lucky. I continue to hug the edges of the cave, come back out sad because I only found a work dagger. On the other side, I find an unidentified potion. I enter the door at the end, and holy sh! A healing potion! Why might I be so excited? If you recall from earlier, I picked up an empty bottle, which meant I could refill it with healing juice right here and now. This means I was guaranteed a healing potion during my next boss fight. Identification of potions is a problem in this game. Is it a healing potion? Or a stat potion? Or worst case, a poison potion? The befuddlement of this scenario can be solved with one quick fix. Watch carefully as I reveal a crucial strategy in making the speedrun work. Store your bag, and remember the slot that will be filled when you bottle the healing juice. I refill it and make a mental note of where it's placed in my inventory. Now for the rest of the run, you do not sort your bag. Again, that's the strategy to knowing what potion is which. There's one more potion strategy I used during the speedrun, and it involves the boss fight, so keep watching if you're curious. Back to the objective. I found the key, and the Forgotten Guardian is anticipated for trial.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
I got lucky. He dropped Hunter's Armor +1, which meant I gained 16 HP. On paper, this may sound minuscule, but in an environment where every second matters, this was the best I could have asked for. I yeet the light tablet and repaired the first light runes of 3 in just 2 minutes, which means the Woka machine is now on our radar. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's first start to acquire some new builds and items. I roam around and collect mainly grass so that I can build a workbench and instantaneously craft 2 ropes for a carrier. This is by far the most useful item you can craft, as it'll free up some space for more useful boss items. I can finally set out to the desolate meadow where our next boss resides. Before doing so, I craft a pickaxe, forge some plants, and break myself into the next zone. In this next phase, I want to be looking out for our bucket items, which I will now reveal as rocks, machinery, and iron bars. They aren't much use until our final phase, and I'll uncover their purpose then. I choose to hug the right side of the zone and quickly find my exit. I don't need to be in the strange forest as there's nothing valuable here for the speedrun. Entering the new zone, I hug the walls and quickly meet my desired destination. And now I'm placed in the desolate meadows. An extremely useful mechanic to know is that boss caves are always on the last zone, meaning you should only be looking for the boss cave after you've landed on the final zone. Here I am hugging the walls to the next desolate meadow and interacting with any boxes I find on the way because I may find some amazing items, like this vase right here. This is a great time to uncover what amazing items are. They are a group of items that either heal you or restore your EP. Notable ones being healing potions, ginseng, lavender, honey, and bandage. There are tons more that you can pause to see for yourself. I get distracted by the beehive and take a dragged out fight because my weapon was like missing every single attack, and it was all worth it though because I was rewarded honey. I decided to hop on the other side of the map and hope to find the next exit. I didn't, but I found 2 rocks. One final run to the far left, and I was inside of my destination. And, with some extreme luck, I magically navigated myself toward the boss dungeon. On the surface, I landed on a jackpot, one of our big bucket items. Just before I go into the cave, I do some poorly optimized base building, which I'm currently confused about. It seems I was trying to build a scarecrow, then realized that I couldn't have leveled anything up, and ultimately upgraded into a level 2 workbench for no apparent reason because I had no materials to craft anything, so this was such a waste of time. The pain is somewhat bearable through the edit, but if you want to experience what actually happened in real time, I have also posted the full VOD to watch the speedrun unedited, but not after this video, okay? I enter the Runes of Light 2 dungeon, confident as I know I have some of the amazing items. In my case, I have 1 healing potion, 1 honey, and 1 bandage. Now you know why I felt so confident. A barricade blocks me from my goal, so I demolish it to meet the gatekeeper. Knowing he'll guarantee me a key to the boss, I was eager to take him down. The Runes of Light 2 boss cave only has 2 floors, so I know it won't take long before I meet him. Level 2, 1 week in, and I'm staring at the boss with the largest power curve. Campfire down, and we get to smack it! Force max in, I'm bleeding, and my EP's running low. I need to save the day. Another hit, pixie dust. That's right, that was my secret weapon all along, restoring 25% of my EP. Another 2 blow lands, but 20 HP taken in return. This fight is proving to be closer than anticipated. Luckily, I was prepared on all accounts. First bandage pop, 3 attacks follow until the second one goes off. Then, finally, last of the Holy Trinity. Just kidding, I had one more left. The current state of battle is leaning towards our favor. It's only a matter of time until the last few blows finalize our duel. I pack up all of my belongings and head straight to the repairing. Runes Light 2, done in 12 minutes. One final one to go. Death was our next stop. There's just one problem. In order to reach the dense jungle, I will need to excavate this obstruction. The only way to do that is if I have every single item in this bucket. The purpose of this bucket is to allow me into the dense jungle by crafting a shovel. The total amount calls for 14 rocks, 1 gear, and 2 iron bars. I have been collecting rocks the entire time to save up for this moment. I got lucky and found a gear. And all I need now was 2 iron bars. You could get it the normal way through mining and smelting, but that would take way too long. Instead, the method more suited for a speedrun. Collecting iron bars this way means that we do not need all 14 rocks, but instead just 3 to upgrade into a level 2 workbench. Huge time saver! Now we only need 1 bar. Where could we get that? Just go to your local metal trader next door and buy yourself some.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Now all the bucket items are fulfilled. All that's left to do is defeat the boss with our amazing items. Carried out business until I was left with a cooking bag and my single iron bar, which means I was now able to craft a shovel and excavate myself into the dense jungle. I meant Endless Wasteland, but I wasn't ready just yet. There was a minor problem I forgot to mention. To repair Runes of Light 3, I would need a few mana motes. Oh wait, I do have all of that. You can acquire mana motes through killing mobs, mining mana lumps, disassembling equipment, and trading. I usually have all mana motes naturally as I go, so this wasn't much of a worry. I ventured near the walls of the Endless Wasteland, and checking out my bag, I don't feel like I'm ready to take on death. Continue as I wonder what I'm going to do about my unpreparedness, and holy! Actually, they were pretty easy. I had enough food to last me for the entirety of the dense jungle, so my hopes were up. The next goal was the boss room, which is knowingly always placed on the last zone of the dense jungle. Remember this tip? So I used my wall hugging ability and hope for the best. Dense Jungle 2 found, Runes of Light 3 found, Dense Jungle 3 found, and Dense Jungle 4 conveniently found. Since I still have the adversity of a lack of amazing items for the boss fight, I was still on the lookout. This is when I found another beehive, which gave me honey, and also a special rare beehive item. Maybe this is the saving grace for my run. On top of that, another healing fountain was found, which I bottled up quick. I finally discovered the boss dungeon, feeling slightly elevated with 2 guaranteed healing potions and a special surprise. The Dense Jungle dungeon has a total of 4 floors, and now it's time to execute. That was the quickest 2 floors I've ever been through, and the speedrun was looking great. I picked up another unidentified potion, and there lies the key. I am 1 floor away from the boss, and the only thing standing between me and him is the door. A few steps down the long corridor, and I cannot believe what I just saw. In this moment, I was sure I could beat the boss. I had every amazing item possible in the book. There's no way I fumbled, right? I level up my skills as I was closing in on the boss. Oh, hold up. Mini boss fight incoming. I step out into the boss room. 29 minutes in. This is the fastest I've ever seen someone done it. Overconfident over all of the amazing items I've just recently acquired. Campfire down, a taste of some special pixie dust. I've now angered the beast, and it's coming after me. I lure him into the trap, and drop the special surprise! The first few attacks launch, I slam down onto him, chasing him for the next turn. A couple more bursts with swings, and slam down again! I was getting hungry at this point. This is not the time for that. I chowed on all my proteins and honey at the same time, slightly restoring my EP. Now that my energy was back up, I slammed on him! There was now an opening for me to utilize some of my potions. Here's the potion strategy I was waiting to tell you. If you have 2 of the same potion, apply 1 to find out what it is without negatively affecting you. You now know how to use it appropriately without waste. Mine was luckily an EP restore potion, so I was even more pumped. Again, now fully out of EP, and you know what comes next. This was the first time death actually started returning some damage, chunking half of my HP in the process, meaning I would have to use the first of 3 Lingzies. I was dealing serious blows with my dunking, and death was now at half HP with me still having 2 healing potions and Lingzies on hand. Not to mention my bees were helping in their own way. I continued my Furious Max while eating Lingzi at the same time. I needed more dunks down, so I poured apple juice out of my ass and gave him another dunk. This was the final stretch of the fight. He could die any moment now. I slurp a chug jug and apply a frost potion, and after a few more smacks, this fight was looking over. And and now heading back to repair Runes of Light 3 in only 32 minutes, 26 and a half seconds. If you're interested in the full VOD, I have also uploaded that, so have a look!